work and rework your hair with the UK's #1 styling product, VO5 Extreme Style Rework. Break the mold.
Is it safe to come out yet? Okay, I admit it, I don't like horror survival games. I mean, I love the idea of them, the aesthetics, the stories, the music, but you know what? I get too damn scared. It's not like real life where your actual survival instinct kicks in and makes you man up so you don't die, but it's not like watching a horror movie either where you can close your eyes and stick your fingers in your ears through the worst bits. You have to play through everything. So now that you know that I'm a big scaredy cat, it might not mean too much when I say Dead Space really made me jump in places and I had to play a lot of it with the lights on holding a teddy bear. Some other reviews claim Dead Space isn't scary, but objective fear quotient aside, one thing you can't deny that Dead Space has down pat is atmosphere. You play engineer Isaac Clarke, who is part of a maintenance crew sent to check out a communications blackout on the USG Ishimura, a ship which cracks planets to strip them of their resources. When your crew gets onto the Ishimura, they find it deserted, and all too soon find out why, as you're attacked by some hideous fleshy mutation, leaving most of your team dead and you cut off from the last two remaining intact. It falls to you to roam the ship, looking for survivors, including your girlfriend who happens to be on board, fending off necromorphs, monsters made of the reanimated flesh of the dead crew, and trying to fix various technical faults and so facilitate your escape. Apart from some of the voice acting, which really grated in parts, the presentation is really good. The graphics aren't spectacular, but the design work and attention to detail are very impressive. EA have done a great job at visualising the ship and have scattered it with the debris of a daily routine suddenly interrupted, and of course liberal amounts of mutilated corpses to really hit home the danger of your current isolation. Although of course you're not really alone, as the stunningly creepy soundtrack and eerie scurryings and creakings will frequently remind you. The necromorphs themselves are disgustingly realised, and the combat technique of having to dismember them rather than just shoot the body and head marries exciting gameplay with a gruesome aesthetic. There's also no HUD, which really helps with immersion. Your health is shown by a meter on your character's back, which is almost always in view. Other things, like maps, inventory, etc., come up as holograms when you need to access them. There are also lots of subtle touches, like the head movements of your character when he's watching holographic screens or choosing from inventory, or the journal entries of Ishiguro crew that you'll find throughout the ship, which offer advice and flesh out some of the background, whilst also giving a sense of the large community that has been decimated by this bizarre corruption, and just how far removed you are from other humans right now. Thankfully, despite just being an engineer, you're pretty hard and you can punch and stamp the necromorphs dead even if you run out of ammo, which shouldn't happen too much as, strangely, many of the necromorphs carry some for you to pick up after pulling them to pieces. Combat is pretty fun, and you also get to play with cool add-ons like the stasis module to slow enemies or malfunctioning ship parts temporarily, or the kinetic module for projecting objects about like a Jedi in an abattoir, not to mention a couple of cool zero-G sections. There are a number of different interesting weapons, many of which are planet-cutting tools you're advised to improvise a new purpose for. You can use your engineering skills to upgrade these and your suit with power nodes, but you'll have to make careful choices as these aren't handed out like candy and you can't pimp out everything in a single playthrough. In conclusion, Dead Space is a good game made up of good, if not spectacularly original, ideas. It's entertaining, plays well, and is excellently presented, and this reviewer certainly found it good at creating that scary, tense, oh shit, something's going to jump out at me atmosphere that horror junkies seem to crave. 4 stars.